stick with football. We're gonna switch over to hell yeah or hell nah. So just like last episode, I'm gonna ask a few questions and we're gonna elaborate with our answers, but the answers are either gonna be hell yeah or hell nah.
Yeah, hell
So
yeah or hell nah. Yeah or maybe. Hell yeah or hell nah. Put your chest in it.
Who's that directed at?
right.
Rick?
Hey. If
Right, I
that's
know,
how you
right?
felt, if that's how you felt, you know.
Nah, I'm just trying to figure out the energy. You know what I'm saying? That came real strong.
I just said it. You know, if
All
that's
right,
how you
Rick,
feel.
well, Rick, I'm gonna start with you then. Mr. Stay with your chest.
Mr. Debo out there.
Right.
I got my superhero juice.
Right.
So, you know,
Only your chest can answer this question. You gotta say
I'm good to go.
So, should we be surprised by the NFL's failure of coaching diversity?
You want me to go ahead and answer now?
I mean, usually that's what happens when people ask questions.
Yeah,
Usually.
you know, a response.
I just didn't know if you was going to elaborate.
I'm gonna ask the hell yeah or hell no question.
Yeah, you remember you said one simple thing, right?
No answer.
You said one simple thing, right?
So I'm gonna go ahead and say hell yeah.
Hey, Jamel, you see how the energy changed?
Yeah.
I was making sure you got it all
He got
out.
real docile. He got real docile,
I was
Aaron.
making sure
He
you
got
said it.
real
I was making sure you got it all
docile.
out. Can I answer now?
Go ahead.
We good?
Floor's yours.
Hell no, we shouldn't be surprised. There is only one sports league that vaguely gets it right, and that's the NBA. No other professional sports league should surprise us when it comes to diversity and coaching. Yo, yeah, and WNBA too.
WNBA is like 100%.
WNBA
They're the subsidiary. They're the subsidiary of the NBA. So underneath that NBA umbrella, the G League, all that. That's the only professional sports organization that gets it correct mostly. I mean, you look at the NFL, they get it wrong. You look at the MLB, they don't try. You look at the NHL, the only thing black is the puck. So I'm not looking at any other sports league
Aaron,
to get it right.
Get your mans.
Hey, getting wrong shit. I'll tell you what, I ain't trying out for no hockey teams. Getting wrong.
Hey, he already told you he was getting his shine on tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Get your shots off. Get your shots off.
Hey, so that's all I got to say about that.
DJ, hell yeah or hell no?
Hell yeah.
Should be surprised.
Should be surprised.
Should be surprised.
Should we be?
My bad.
All right.
Hell no, should be surprised.
Everybody's voice just stopped. It was just like, hold on.
Everybody was like,
what? Whoa.
My bad. I'm not a traitor here, but hell
look
no,
at
we
him
shouldn't be
turning to
surprised.
Kanye.
Yeah, no, never that. No, I already told you. I already traded him off the team a long time ago. But no, we shouldn't be surprised. Like, I mean, time after time after time is done. So I don't think we should be surprised at all by anything we see out of the plenty leagues. The one league I would say is probably the most diverse, probably soccer. So that's why I don't think we ever hear anything about them. They're always with us. But other than that, I'm not surprised by anything.
I'm gonna say hell nah, but I'm not surprised at the NFL at all, at the way they move and the demeanor, like the process you had to force the NFL to do anything does not surprise me. But I will not disrespect the WNBA like that. I give them the most biggest shout out because coming from a coaching aspect to GM to so many different levels, they make sure diversity is one of their main things in being an open policy. So big shout out them for, always letting their players have a voice no matter what. And, the NBA too. But I see the WNBA, their voice is very strong and they're able to speak.
Very strong, very loud.
And I respect them for that. So shout out to them.
American white players in there, which I'm happy for. Diversity.
Yo, Rick getting his shit off today.
My man Red Cup sipping. You know he right.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even catch what Rick said.
Red Cup shorty out here right now.
Diversity.
But
in about 5 minutes, you go see another Red Cup slide under there too.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, what's in my cup is in my cup, man.
But I'm not surprised. Hell nah. We know this. Anthony Lynn just got fired for, I mean, I don't think he really deserved to be fired. They had a bad season, but I don't think it was much to be fired for, especially if he had a winning record over his tenure. I don't have to be too long about this. We know how the NFL moves. We know who the owners are of NFL teams.
You know who they like.
We know who the commissioner is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know how all these people move. So no, it's not a surprise at all.
Hey, Aaron, don't forget about, you remember the passing of the old owner of Houston. He said we can't let the inmates be running the prison.
That part.
Yeah, and his best inmate wants to trade now. So
Yeah.
why do you think?
So, I didn't know I was an inmate. I thought it was a quarterback. Wow.
Right.
Mhm.
Shout out to Robert Kraft.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with Robert Kraft, but I don't even buy Kraft cheese.
No,
Can't even do it.
Yeah, y'all got that one. But
Can't even do it.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
gonna leave
even
that
do it.
alone. I'm gonna leave. Yo, Aaron, next one.
I can't even
Next
support
one.
that.
Hey, just real quick, the only way it's going to change is
But,
if we get more diversity in the owners of these leagues. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way. If we have more minorities being able to buy and own these different teams, that's the only way the organization is going to change.
We got to look at Jay-Z. We got to look at let Dr. Dre heal, but we got to look. We need.
But we got to remember, this isn't like the NBA is a little bit cheaper than the NFL. The NFL, the ownership of a team is a lot. So
but the NFL has more power than an NBA team, though.
And think about this: it took P. Diddy and a couple, I think P. Diddy, Steph Curry, and a lot of other people, wealthy entrepreneurs, to even put a bid in for the Carolina Panthers, and they didn't win.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what it takes. Like even in the NBA, they have groups to go to buy these teams. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes, very true.
Leaders, yeah.
But let's not forget.
You're gonna need Diddy. You're gonna need Jay, and you're gonna need at least another one or two.
I was
have
gonna
a chance
say
to get an NFL team.
I was gonna say let's not forget about The Rock with the XFL. So that's always a plus side. And they did put out a decent product where it was like I can watch this type of football.
Speaking of the NBA and how you guys made that comparison, so we all know how off seasons look like in the NBA. Like free agency is just about as big as the regular season now in the playoffs now. Like we're all on our phones waiting for Woj to tweet and all this stuff about all the news going on, trades. It's kind of a movie at this point. Do we think this season or in the future that NFL free agencies can look similar to the NBA's?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Jamel, just keep going.
Okay. I was gonna say, hell yeah. You keep seeing changes. You see Deshaun Watson, he wants to trade out, he wants to get out, but he has a no trade clause, so he has full control and potential where he goes. And I can see that the NFL and the NBA are starting to take certain things free agency wise more the same, with more guaranteed contracts. The numbers might not seem as crazy, but at the same time, when you have a fully guaranteed contract, that's your money no matter what. So I can see the transition and changing where players are starting to get more power.
I say hell yeah for that reason too. I think they're starting to understand their leverage, and I think the NBA's kind of shown that. The NBA has kind of shown, like, look, nowadays, like, it's a players' league. Like some people don't like it, some people do, some people are indifferent, right? But like, it is what it is at this point. Like if people are unhappy or things don't go their way, for whatever reasons, whether the team's not good, whether it's the organization, whether they don't get along with the coach, for whatever reason, there's more speculation now. We could also blame media for this as well. Media can sort of put these bad narratives and false narratives and piss people off. And a lot of these players, well, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So that a lot of that has to do with it too. So I think the NFL is starting to catch on to that. I think depending on how this Deshaun Watson trade goes, I think that can sort of start things. I think the first initial start of it, not saying it's been like this, but I think Todd Gurley's contract, if you guys remember, like, that was the one that was the most guaranteed money for a running back, and people started, Le'Veon held out after that. Like, all these people are working for guaranteed money now. So I think I think it's starting to get that way. And like you said, the money might not be the same just because of contracts in the NBA and the NFL. They're just different, right? So the money might not be there, but like you said, to your point with the guaranteed money, it kind of equates out as far as how much money you can get from the NFL and how much money you can get from the NBA. So I think it is, I'll say hell yeah, because it is starting to get that trajectory. You know what I'm saying? So DJ, which hell yeah or hell nah?
Hell yeah. For pretty much most of the reasons that you said. Like just Deshaun being able to force his way out, because I think he will.
I think he will.
Yeah, I think he will. And it's just about player empowerment. I mean, the thing they say, like, it's about the shield and all this shit, man, fuck no, bullshit. It's all about every league is a players league. Nobody goes to the game to see Robert fucking Kraft. There's only one order. There's one owner who people go to see. That's fucking Jordan. That's it. Nobody's going to the Clippers game to see fucking Steve Ballmer jump crazy. Nobody gives a fuck that Mark Cuban's at the game. Like, nobody gives a shit.
No, they kind of like Mark Cuban down here.
Kind of like Steve Ballmer too. I'm not gonna lie.
But they're not going. But to
They're not
DJ's
going.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Ballmer tickets, like
I get what you're saying.
Ballmer ain't dunking the ball. I got you.
Right, Ballmer's showing up at the first row, but if Kawhi ain't playing, there's a fucking problem here. So,
not last year though.
Yeah,
right, right.
He ain't show up a lot.
Averaging a damn triple-double, you got a problem. So
it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
Kawhi like, yo, I got a stomachache, bro. I ain't playing today. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Man. But like, there's only one owner people come to see. Other than that, that's it. So every league is a players' league. So yeah, everything's about player empowerment, and I think they should have power. What do you got, Rick?
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna say hell yeah. The tide is changing. It's about time. NFL players should have more say so in their destiny and where they decide to choose and play. And I hope in the next collective bargaining agreement, whenever that comes up, the next CBA, I hope they're able to talk about that. Because I think it's important that players have power over their free agency, so they can choose whatever destination they want. There's no reason why Larry Fitzgerald should have to be tied to the Arizona Cardinals and them not do nothing. Barry Sanders be tied to the Lions and them not do anything.
They wasted two all-time great careers.
Yeah. I was and my man Megatron. Calvin Johnson. There's no reason why Calvin Johnson should have been stuck on those teams. That's just to name a few. It wasted their primes, and we didn't get to see them in their best light. We didn't get to see them in those primetime lights in the Super Bowl and the playoffs because they were tied to teams that were trash during that time. So I definitely think the tide is changing. So I'm gonna say hell yeah. Especially moving forward, we're going to start to see NFL free agency looking more like the NBA, and it's what's best for the league anyway, man. You see how much the NBA is a 24/7, 365 cycle now because of those Woj bombs that you get in the middle of the night. Everyone wants to see who's going where, and I think with the NFL, it would be that much more exciting during the off season to keep that buzz.
But we're forgetting about Adam Schefter. Like, when he tweets or say anything, everybody's stopping what they're doing. So if you see an Adam Schefter tweet in the NFL, you know somebody's getting traded, a coach got fired, or somebody got hired. So he's not as big as Woj, but
or he's just gonna lie, or he's just gonna lie and say there's no COVID test or there's no COVID negatives, and even though everybody knows there's COVID, but he's going to say, no, we're good. We're ready to go. Week 16, week 17, NFC Championship, no COVID. We're good. Everybody's looking for those tweets, but
who's firing them shots now?
Right. Hey, it ain't a shot if it's true. That's what he does. But speaking of COVID, should pro athletes be given vaccines for COVID? The NBA is looking into it. Pretty much their reasoning is because they want to educate and influence the public, according to Adam Silver. Do you guys think that the NBA or just pro athletes in general should be able to do this for that reason?
Hell nah. In my view, I feel like there's still too many people that need it, especially essential workers that are on the front lines. Like I get it, we're being entertained and we love basketball and we love the NFL, but if we're talking about, we're still in a pandemic at the end of the day, and a lot of people are still getting affected, and there's still a lot of frontline workers that are putting their life on the line, that the vaccine has been delayed in a lot of states out here. And I feel like NFL or NBA, no disrespect to them, I like being entertained, but I will definitely take away my entertainment away for, first responders and frontline workers to get what they need to be safe out
Right.
there, so they're not, dying out there for our safety.
Yeah, man, I'm the same way. Like they shouldn't be they shouldn't be ahead of anybody. Like they definitely shouldn't be going and getting tests before anybody. And if you guys think about it, like when COVID hit the NBA last year, like all these people were getting tests at times where nobody in like the average person in America wasn't getting tests, but the NBA and all these other sports were getting tests. So like
Not only tests, rapid tests.
rapid tests. So like you shouldn't be able, like they as professional athletes, they shouldn't be able to just leapfrog everybody like that just because they're professional athletes, to Jamel's point. Like there's a lot of people today. I just saw something. We're at 400,000 people, have 400,000 COVID deaths now. So it's like, and professional athletes on paper should be top physical shape. You know what I'm saying? We haven't, knock on wood, haven't heard much about athletes that have gotten it having too many issues after that. They're usually back at a very quick time, able to play and really don't show anything. So there's other people with that need to be prioritized.
Yeah, I mean that's a simple what. Hell no, I don't think they should be forced to or anything like that. One, I think it should be a choice to even get the vaccine, but then like should they be required to? Absolutely not. And like you guys said, there's frontline workers who like need the shit. So and it like I said, it's as a choice. They should be the first to choose if they want it or not. But yeah, so pretty much same thing as you guys got.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go a different way. I'm gonna say hell yeah. Um, Only because if you're not gonna provide it for them, then shut down the NBA, shut down the NFL. You know what I mean? Predominantly, most of the players are black. I'm saying we got to protect our athletes. We got to, if you want to watch them play. If not, then just shut it down. Like Jamel said, no entertainment, and we can just sit here and twiddle our thumbs and not talk about shit for the next however many weeks. But
But I get what you're saying, Rick. But at the same time, we're not talking about that they don't get it. We're saying that should they be giving it ahead of people? And I feel like there's still so much delayment with the coronavirus vaccine that I feel like athletes should be on the back burner because you are healthier than say somebody that is at a higher risk, saying, older and elderly or first responders or, people in the front lines. I'm not saying they don't get it. I'm just saying don't push them ahead because they are athletes, because with these billionaire owners, they have sway with their money where they can leapfrog other people. You know what I'm saying?
And they're
I'm not
definitely,
going to say,
and they definitely would get leapfrogged.
I'm not going to say leapfrog, maybe just behind, but they should definitely be up there if you have them traveling from city to city, regardless of how careful the protocols or whatever. There's always outliers. I mean, we've seen instances in the NFL and baseball where COVID has run rampant. We've seen with Carl Anthony Towns losing his mom due to COVID. You don't know who these players are going to be in contact with as far as family and stuff like that. They could be infecting older people as well. So I think for them to protect themselves as well as their loved ones. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these NBA players have kids too, NFL players, whatever, professional athletes. In order for them to protect their loved ones and themselves, I think if you want them to go out there and perform, play from city to city, they have the right to be protected. If not,
Oh,
shut them all down
oh
and
That's
no,
fair.
don't play
I,
shit.
I 100% agree. I just feel like sometimes, like when we look at it and with all the testing, we don't hear Tom Brady. If we're gonna go with the NFL, you never heard about Tom Brady failing a test, or being positive.
Right.
I feel like at the same time, are you taking the necessary precautions to make sure you don't be a spreader? Like, yes, you're playing professional, you are getting a check. I'm not saying that you have to be a hermit, but are you taking the necessary precautions of not going to large gatherings? Are you doing
Right.
what you need to do as an adult to be an athlete and be safe? That's all I'm saying. Like, I 100% agree with you. You are traveling, but are y'all taking the necessary precautions? Are you wearing a mask every time you go somewhere? Are you making sure that your face is covered? Are you, doing the necessary things that the protocol calls for during a pandemic?
Right.
Yeah, I'm with
Sure.
I'm that ended up. I'm pretty much with both of y'all. I think they should for that reason, but the only reason why I say hell nah is because we know that essential workers would get leapfrogged, right?
That's fair.
So I'm not opposing them getting it. I just know there's other people that wouldn't get it first that do need it. And to your point, Jamel, yeah, like in that time being until all the frontline people can get it, they just need to do all the things on their end and control what they can control. So I'm with you guys and I see both sides. Um, I just know what's gonna happen if that happens. Like there's gonna be too many people that are in hospitals and classrooms and all of these things that really need it. Not saying that the professional athletes don't, but they're more essential.